Hello, and welcome to the Base, Big and Small Screens. This week, I'd like to talk to you about National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets. Now, National Treasure 2 is, of course, the sequel to National Treasure, starring Nicolas Cage, Justin Bartha, Diane Kruger, John Voight's in it. Helen Mirren is also in this one, as is uh, Harvey Keitel again. He's back. Where is it here? There's somebody else that plays a character in this. I can't remember his name. He's a rather big actor, older actor. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I will, I will. Oh, there it is. Ed Harris. I read right past it. But this is all about our good friend Benjamin Franklin Gates here, and the aftermath of him finding this great treasure back in the first movie. He is at a conference or something, some historical thing talking about his grandfather and um, how they burned, how he, one of his ancestors burned these missing pages from John Wilkes Booth's diary, um, and the assassination of Abraham Lincoln, all back in that time. And Ed Harris pops up with a missing page from the Booth diary that is supposedly implicating uh, Mr. Gates's ancestor as being a co-conspirator in the one of the darkest hours of the United States. So he naturally sets out to prove that this isn't true by looking at the page, finding an impression of a Playfair cipher on it, which leads him to this clue, which leads him to another clue. You're getting the picture here, and it ends up being a finding a treasure map to Cibola, the lost city of gold, that the Confederates were supposedly looking for way back when, during the Civil War. And it's really an interesting one. It's not as good as the first National Treasure, I find. I find the first National Treasure it was really quite good. This one gets there's a lot more action going on in it. It's a little bit more straightforward in this one than the other one was. Uh, there's some interesting moments here and there, and they set it up for a sequel, which has yet to be be materialized. From what I understand, they're still kind of working on it, but I don't know. So, National Treasure 2 is a good movie. If you liked the first one, this is just more of the same goodness. Um, they end up having the main character, Nick Cage, and his love interest from the first movie kind of being on the outs when this movie begins, and then over the course of the thing, they kind of get reacquainted with each other and get to realize maybe some of the faults weren't exactly faults between them. It's pretty cool. John Voight, as I said, is back in it as Nick Cage's father, and Helen Mirren is in it as his mother, which really is interesting. I remembered seeing Helen Mirren after this, but it had been so long after I'd seen this movie that I didn't realize and recognize her as being the same character. So when I saw her in this one again, I'm like, oh my God, that's Helen Mirren. So that was really cool. Ed Harris's character is kind of a bad guy, but kind of in the same vein as almost like the polar opposite of Benjamin Gates here. He's a family that has a long history back in the day, and he's seeking to put his family and his heritage on the same level as Mr. Gates has now, and he's willing to do and sacrifice anything to make that happen. So it's definitely kind of interesting where they're going with it. I like what they've done in these two movies. I do hope they come out with a third, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So until next time, if you like what I'm doing, please give that like button a tap. Give that subscribe button a tap as well if you haven't already, so you can be kept apprised of when I do new videos. Usually try and get at least one video out a week, if not more. And throw a comment in the comment section. Have you seen National Treasure 2 or the first one? Do you know of any other movies like this, kind of Indiana Jones-esque treasure hunting that you think I might be interested in? Please throw that comment in the comment section. Let me know. I'd love to get a discussion going. Love to check out new stuff. And until next time, my friends, you all check out National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets, and the first one. You might like it. I'll see you next time.